Yeah, I wanted to be famous. Originally, I went to art school in New York City, studied graphic design. I wasn't sure if I was going to be a famous artist or famous in show business. Something inside of me always wanted to be famous. Well, my dream was to have a beach house and a Jeep and a golden retriever and, yeah, a wife and kids. I always figured that I would settle down and have a family. As a Baptist, I considered Catholics I knew they were Christians, but I considered it to be the lowest, least option for me personally. I just thought, okay, well, whatever else I will be, I will never be a Catholic. I've gotten nothing of what I had hoped I would get in life to make me happy, and I'm happier than I ever thought I would be. So I was born here in Boston and raised in Rhode Island. I was born to Baptist parents. My dad was a university professor. My mom taught English at a local high school. I had a brother and a sister, and it was a very good childhood. So when I got to college and I was using my gifts in a way that was very satisfying, a lot of things just started to fall into place. But all those things, in some ways, made me more aware that there was something empty inside of me, realizing that it was God that was missing. And I started praying more and asking God, well, what do I do, or how do I have this relationship with you? And He started to open up my heart. I experienced the presence of God like I had never experienced it before, and it was almost electric. And it was love, like I experienced God's love. So after I graduated from college, I was dating a Catholic girl, and I started going to Catholic church with her. I did not like it. I found the rituals really stiff. I found the pre-prepared prayers to be awkward. It felt inauthentic. Somebody encouraged me to just look for a young adult Christian group. And when I started attending that, I met the brothers. At one of the meetings, the priest who's the founder of the Brotherhood, Father Philip, came and he gave a talk on confession. After that meeting, Father Philip offered to drive me back to the train. He said, well, what do you plan to do with your future? And I remember thinking, I don't know, I'm getting old enough to get married and have kids, so I think I'm gonna settle down soon. So he said to me, well, marriage is great, but celibacy is better. And I almost laughed him out of the car. I did not laugh, but I wanted to. I thought, this guy's smoking crack. But that stuck with me. There was something about that was just so outrageous. So he sent me a postcard a few weeks later and said, hey, I'd love to get together with you again. And he invited me to visit the Brotherhood house that at that time was in South Orange, New Jersey. The guys were just regular guys. They were fun to be around. We played ultimate frisbee. I thought I'd be climbing the walls with having to sit in the chapel and pray. I was just thinking this is going to be an awful weekend, and I came away from it having had like the best weekend I had had in years. I felt more at home in this brotherhood, around these guys, praying all the time, than I did with my friends. And it was so strange to me because none of that was what I thought I was. None of that seemed to fit with what I had always been interested in, and yet it just clicked. Jump forward to a couple of weeks later, at this prayer meeting, with these young adults, Father Philip is giving a talk, and he says, the best thing that a man can do with his life is to give himself to something greater than he is. And as soon as he said that, in my own mind, because I'm an artist, God gave me this image of just a white field with very tiny type text, the word saying yes, with a period at the end, all lowercase. And I remember thinking, oh no. I started to scramble. I started to come up with every excuse why this could not possibly be, because I knew he was talking about becoming a brother. So I said, well, I'm not even a Catholic. You can't ask a Baptist to be a brother. So there, I can't do this. And then the same image was in my head, but the text was bigger. And then I was like, well, wait. Well, my parents would never go for this. By that time, my dad was a Baptist minister. I'm not gonna go toe to toe with him on this. And then it came back even bigger, yes. So I cut it to the chase, and Right there, I just said, okay, Lord, if you want me to do this, yes, I'll do it. And when I said that yes, I have never looked back. So I'm the director of the Catholic Center, so I oversee the operations here at the center. The Catholic Center is a campus ministry directed towards the needs of Catholic students. We try to create an environment where students feel like they're welcome, and to whatever extent that they want to explore their faith and practice their faith while they're in college, to provide opportunities for them to do that. It's that experience of having a very deep encounter with Jesus Christ, and when you have something that powerful, you want to talk about it. So yeah, I have reconciled myself to the fact that I'm an artist, and I will always be an artist, and that means I will find ways to be creative, and it's not easy. I'm balancing many responsibilities with having a creative side. But for me, what I love about doing artwork, say, within the church, within the Brotherhood, at the Catholic Center, it's meaningful. You know, I get to create things that express something that's very dear to me, and therefore I can kind of put more of myself into it. Even though now I don't do it as much, the things that I do are far more satisfying. Obviously, the reputation of artists is that we're free spirits, but an artist is a craftsman. It's a combination of freedom and discipline, and you have to have rules and you have to have order, but that's where beauty comes from. Well, rules direct and focus the power of your gifts and make them much more effective for what God wants to see happen. On the clock, with this schedule, with all these rules, as a Catholic, as a brother no less, I'm happy.